In the e-commerce space nowadays, a lot of people get very caught up in just trying to find products to sell instead of first finding a market opportunity that they could then brainstorm products for. And in this video, we're going to go over a really dope example of a brand I figured out is actually a really booming niche that clearly some people are not thinking about. So as always, we're not going to waste any time here. That's how we like to do it over here. So subscribe to the channel if you like that. And here we go. The store is called HimiWayBike.com. They sell these fat tire bikes, which I'm sure you've seen around on the street. I mean, I've seen them on the street. I've seen people rocking these bikes, but what you may not know is that this store alone is getting over 400,000 monthly visitors. So with their average order value, which is over $1,000, we can easily estimate that they're doing $1 million a month. I mean, I think that's a conservative estimate at this traffic level. And again, with the average order value that I mentioned. But what's even more interesting is the trend behind fat tire bikes. So maybe some of you guys that are avid bikers can enlighten me on the reason why this is a thing. But fat tire bikes are clearly becoming more and more popular amongst people. My best guess off the top of my head is that they're more terrain friendly, so you can ride them anywhere, right? Like maybe you can use them in a mountain terrain, in a beach terrain, in like all different sorts of biomes, right? Kind of like a horse in Minecraft. Because as you can see, interestingly enough, within the United States, the highest search volume is coming from Alaska. So Alaska is, a pretty crazy terrain. So that's why I'm guessing that that's the reason why they're popping off. But as you can see, this is a great market opportunity. If you're an avid biker, if you love the bike niche, or, maybe you don't love the bike niche, but you're interested in this, then this is a great place to potentially start. And again, when we're thinking of market opportunities, I mean, you could start just directly at trying to sell these bikes. I'm sure you could find a good Alibaba supplier, but you could also go into different categories. So for example, accessories for these fat tire bikes. Like, let me show you something that I think is interesting. A bike handler bag for your bike. I mean, this is $99, and as you can see, this landing page is conversion optimized. They have some benefits here above the fold, which is something we talk about in some of these videos. It's pretty interesting. Actually, it's not that conversion optimized, I guess, because their accessories are not their best sellers. Their best sellers are obviously the bikes. That's what this brand is all about. And this one is conversion optimized. So as you can see, they got an extra $100 off for 2 bikes. So if you buy 2 bikes, you get an extra $100 off. That's a great offer. And they got a pretty long landing page with some great add to cart sticky buttons so that you don't have to browse all the way to the top to add to cart. But this makes sense. I mean, for a $1,600 product, you're going to need to gain your customers' trust. And this is a great template to learn how to do that. So make sure you check these guys out if you're selling a more expensive product. Now, this brand in particular is not doing too crazy on social media. They're posting stuff, but they're not getting much engagement at all, at least on Instagram and Facebook. They have been starting to post more on TikTok, as you can see, but it seems like they're not really doing the right strategy. They're posting a lot of these very well-produced videos, but these don't look like TikToks to me. So I think maybe that's why they're not getting the views that they should be getting. Now, if we take a look at their Meta ad library, we see a whole different side of the brand. They're running over 190 different ad results here. So if this is your first time watching one of my case studies, you may be surprised to find that, but if you've seen my videos before, you probably know that ads are actually one of these secrets to the success of a lot of these brands. Most of these brands run a crazy amount of ads, and the reason why is because if you can crack a really good ad strategy for your brand, which that's kind of an important thing right there for your brand. Each brand is very specific and is different than another brand, right? So maybe what works for them is not going to work for you. But once you figure out something that works for your brand, then you can create a really consistent and predictable stream of revenue for your business. So that's why a lot of these 8-figure, 9-figure brands even run a ridiculous amount of ads, and especially on social media, because it's more data driven than other forms of advertising like billboards, for example. But as you can see, this brand is running all sorts of ads. I mean, they're running even like YouTube format ads. So I'm guessing they're using these for YouTube as well. A bunch of UCG style ads, some really normal ads here as well. I mean, these bikes are awesome because I think they're also electric bikes. They're actually really dope. I would get one of these. And yeah, their ad strategy is actually super simple. It's nothing too crazy. They got a whole bunch of different images that they're using to test and just testing a lot of it. So that's the big thing that they're doing. Nothing too surprising, to be honest with you. What surprises me though is that they're not testing any Instagram story format ads or anything like that. It seems like they're just doing a lot of the same thing, thing, but you know, maybe it's because it works, right? Maybe they're just doubling down on what works. However, I still think it's a good idea to continue to test things that you wouldn't otherwise test, because you never know. I mean, that's the point of experimenting, right? Like a scientist experiments and tries to find things that no one else has discovered and stuff like that. But that's basically it. I just wanted to share this really interesting brand with you. Bikes are obviously a very up and coming niche, especially now that people are more environmentally conscious, but fat tire bikes specifically seem to be a really great market opportunity. So with that said, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then I want you to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more. Make sure you start a Shopify store today with my link in the description. And also I got some other links in there that you may find very interesting. So make sure you check those out. With that said, hope you enjoyed this and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you guys next time. Peace.